In my contract, it is mentioned that if I leave before a year, I have to pay a training cost of 6,000 dirhams. They did not provide any training, and now the work conditions are very bad. How can I prove this and leave without paying training costs? So the training costs is a subject that's specifically of interest to me, because we've had a number of clients that have had similar matters. And the UAE's stance on training costs is that they are the responsibility of the company, of the employer, and not the employees, irrespective of what undertakings or agreements might exist to show otherwise. So in short, training costs should not be imposed on the employees and should not therefore be required to be paid back or reimbursed by the employee, and that's based on the law and also based on court principles or precedents about this. So in your case, I guess there's exceptions, such as, let's say, if you were my employee and you asked me to send you to specific kind of training, and I would have had to pay a fairly significant amount of money to send you the training for you, and then a week later you resign. That's a circumstance under which I, as an employer, could claim the reimbursement of those training costs. But that is not just a situation. You've explained the opposite, which is that it's just on paper, the training cost is on paper, and in fact the company has not spent any money on your training, and so therefore there's nothing to reimburse them. And generally speaking, the UAE employment law states that anything that relates to the company ensuring that employment relationships are conducted legally, i.e. that employees are working for the company legally and can actually benefit and contribute to the company, is the responsibility of the company, which means that any kind of training that the company may deem that employee would benefit from in order to be able to contribute to the company better, that's the responsibility of the company. So it's not just the training itself, but obviously all the expenses associated with it. In simple terms, it's the cost of doing business.